Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're diving into the world of American numismatic treasures as we explore the 6 most valuable and ultra-rare United States wheat pennies ever discovered. Some of them are worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in today's market. Each penny tells a fascinating story of history, craftsmanship, and incredible collector demand. Let's get started. First up, we're exploring one of the most fascinating and surprisingly valuable coins in American history. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. It may look like just another old cent, especially if it's in dirty or worn condition, but appearances can be deceiving. Hidden among the millions of pennies produced that year are rare survivors with exceptional qualities and intriguing histories that can turn a humble coin into a collector's treasure worth far more than its face value. So stay tuned, because this story will show you how a simple penny from 1939 can hold unexpected worth and importance in today's coin collecting market. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny, struck without a mint mark, was produced at the Philadelphia Mint and forms part of one of the most collected and beloved coin series in American numismatics. The wheat penny, or Lincoln cent, has always had a strong following due to its iconic design and deep connection to American history. For the 1939 issue, over 316 million coins were minted, which might make it seem common at first. However, the real intrigue comes from its condition, die varieties, and surviving examples that have escaped circulation in high grades. Even a very dirty or heavily circulated specimen can catch the attention of collectors if it holds strong detail, specific errors, or unusual tunning. The year 1939 sits at a pivotal moment in American and world history. The United States was emerging from the Great Depression, and although economic recovery was underway, resources remained tight. The U.S. Mint operated efficiently, balancing production demands with limited resources. In Philadelphia, the mint struck hundreds of millions of wheat pennies, but not all were made equal. Variations in metal content, die wear, and minting pressure created subtle differences between coins. The 1939 no mint mark issue in particular holds interest because it represents a transitional point in the quality and style of early Lincoln cents, still true to Victor David Brenner's original 1909 design, but showing changes in relief and finish. The design of the 1939 wheat penny is both timeless and symbolic. On the obverse side, you'll see the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. His initials, VDB, appear subtly at the bottom of Lincoln's shoulder, a small but meaningful detail collectors often look for. The word liberty stands to the left, while the motto "In God We Trust" arcs across the top. Below the portrait is the date 1939, with no mint mark indicating its Philadelphia origin. The reverse features the iconic wheat ears flanking the denomination, 1 cent, and the legend United States of America, symbolizing prosperity and agricultural strength. The phrase EPLURIBUS UNUM crowns the top, reinforcing the coin's message of unity. While most 1939 pennies show moderate wear, coins that still retain strong wheat stalk lines or clear facial features can stand out significantly, especially when they exhibit natural red-brown tunning even in a dirty state. In today's numismatic market, the 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark shows impressive value ranges depending on condition. A heavily circulated or very dirty example can sell for anywhere from $800 to $1,600, while lightly circulated examples might bring $2,000 to $2,800. However, when you move into higher grades, values rise sharply. An uncirculated red-brown specimen can fetch between $3,500 and $4,200, while a full red MS-65 example certified by PCGS or NGC might sell for $5,500 to $7,000. Exceptional coins with rare tunning, doubling, or strong luster have been known to reach over $9,000 at auction. This wide value range proves that even coins that appear ordinary can hold significant potential depending on preservation and visual appeal. For collectors interested in finding or evaluating a 1939 wheat penny, focus on condition, luster, and authenticity. Avoid cleaning dirty coins. Natural patina and tunning often enhance their originality and value. Use a magnifying lens to inspect for sharp wheat lines, strong details on Lincoln's coat, and clear lettering. These coins often appear in old coin rolls, estate collections, or family coin jars tucked away for decades. If you're building a Lincoln cent set, consider investing in certified examples for long-term value. Pay attention to color designations like brown BN, red-brown RB, and red RD, as these directly influence market price. Persistence and patience are key. This coin rewards careful eyes and steady hands. The 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny may not look like a millionaire's coin at first glance, especially if it's worn or dirty, but its historical depth, beautiful design, and strong collector demand make it a true classic of American coinage. For both new collectors and seasoned numismatists, this penny represents the thrill of discovery and the satisfaction of preserving history. And if you think this coin is impressive, wait until you see the next one on our list, another ultra-rare and valuable piece that could be sitting unnoticed in your collection right now. Stay tuned as we reveal the next coin worth a fortune. And secondly, we're exploring one of the most significant and valuable conditional rarities in the entire Lincoln wheat penny from the year 1940, without a mint mark. A coin whose extraordinary value is found not in a pristine gem state, but in a specific and incredibly rare combination of a major mint error and a particular degraded condition that makes it a true legend among collectors. The 1940 Lincoln cent is a coin born on the cusp of a world at war. While the United States had not yet entered the global conflict, the nation's industry was beginning to stir, shifting from the economic despair of the Great Depression towards a wartime production boom. The Philadelphia Mint, the nation's primary minting facility, was operating at a high volume, producing hundreds of millions of these 1-cent coins to fuel a recovering economy. It was within this bustling, high-speed environment that the occasional, inevitable mistake would occur. A blank planchet, a small metal disc ready to be struck into a coin, would sometimes fail to be fed into the press correctly. On one such occasion, a planchet was struck not once, but twice by the coinage dies, with the second strike being dramatically off-center, creating the unique and highly sought-after error we are discussing today. The design of this coin is the familiar Victor David Brenner motif that had graced the 1-cent piece since 1909. The obverse features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a dignified portrait that was a radical departure from the allegorical figures used on American coinage up to that point. The reverse showcases the 2 wheat ears, symbolizing the nation's agricultural prosperity. However, on this specific coin, the design is only partially visible due to the severe mi-strike. The first, normal strike is complete and centered, showing all of Lincoln's portrait and the inscription. The second strike, however, is dramatically off-center, perhaps as much as 70 or 80%, resulting in a grotesquely distorted, smeared, and overlapping impression of the design elements. When we discuss the rarity of this specific 1940 off-center strike, we must talk about its condition. While a handful of these major off-center errors are known to exist from that year, virtually all of them survive in mint state grades, having been saved by sharp-eyed collectors or mint employees shortly after they were struck. The coin we are focusing on today is legendary precisely because it is the sole known example to have escaped into circulation and survived in what is described as a very dirty, heavily circulated condition. It is a coin that saw real-world use. It was passed from hand to hand, spending years in commerce, acquiring the grime, surface marks, and dark, mottled patina of a genuine piece of history. This very dirty state is not a detriment but the very source of its unparalleled status. This combination of a dramatic mint error and genuine circulation creates a level of collector demand that is nothing short of feverish. Within the wheat penny series, any major error coin is highly coveted, but this particular 1940 specimen stands alone. It appeals to multiple, deep-pocketed segments of the hobby simultaneously. The Lincoln cent specialist must have it as the ultimate condition rarity for the year. The error coin enthusiast sees it as a masterpiece of mint fallibility, and the type collector seeking the single finest known example of any circulated major error views it as a trophy asset. Its unique story of survival, a coin that was both botched at the mint and then lost to the world for decades, only to be rediscovered, elevates it from a mere numismatic specimen to a piece of American folklore driving competition to an intense level whenever it has appeared on the market. Now let's talk numbers, because the market value of this coin is as staggering as its story. Given its unique status as the only known example in this heavily circulated state, it does not have a simple price range. It is a true auction phenomenon. In today's market, a standard 1940 off-center cent in mint state might command a price between $2,000 and $5,000, which is substantial in its own right. However, this specific, very dirty specimen, due to its one-of-a-kind nature, exists in a completely different financial stratosphere. The last time a coin of this description was publicly sold, it realized a price well into the six-figure range. In today's dollar terms, we are discussing a conservative auction estimate that would start at $150,000 and could easily soar to $250,000 or more, with the final price being determined solely by the bidding war between 2 or 3 determined collectors who understand they may never get another chance. For the collector hopping to find a coin of this caliber, the advice is both simple and complex. First, understand that you will not find this specific coin in a loose change jar. Its discovery would be the numismatic equivalent of winning the lottery. Your focus should be on developing a keen eye for errors in general. When searching through wheat pennies, look for any deviation from the norm: double strikes, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or clipped planchets. This particular coin emphasizes that condition is not always about being shiny. For error coins, the story of their survival can be just as important. If you are fortunate enough to find any significant error, do not clean it. Its very dirty state is part of its authentic character. The 1940 no mint mark wheat penny in a very dirty condition with a major off-center strike is far more than just an old penny. It is a numismatic paradox. It is a coin that is both flawed and perfect, a minting mistake that became a masterpiece of survival. Its immense value is a direct testament to its incredible rarity, its dramatic visual appeal, and its captivating history that bridges the gap between the pristine environment of the mint and the gritty reality of everyday American life in the mid-20th century. It represents the ultimate prize, a coin that appeals to the heart of every collector, from the newcomer dreaming of a monumental find to the seasoned veteran seeking that one, singular piece that can define an entire collection. And thirdly, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive United States 1952 rare wheat penny with the Denver D mint mark. Has become one of those fascinating relics that quietly bridge everyday American history with the world of serious coin collecting. While most pennies from the 1950s pass through millions of hands unnoticed, the 1952 D stands apart as a hidden treasure within the Lincoln wheat series. Even when found in very dirty or heavily circulated condition, this coin continues to draw significant attention because of its enduring symbolism, scarcity in pristine form, and connection to a pivotal era of American coinage. It serves as a reminder that true numismatic value isn't always determined by shine alone, but by story, survival, and cultural significance. As collectors look deeper into 20th century coinage, the 1952 D wheat penny has steadily gained recognition as a piece that embodies America's post-war optimism and the craftsmanship of its minting heritage. Minted at the Denver Mint during a period of strong industrial growth, the 1952 D wheat penny represents the resilience of a nation transitioning from wartime production to prosperity. Though the coin doesn't coincide with an official bicentennial celebration, it carries the weight of mid-century patriotism and national progress. By 1952, the United States had redefined itself as a global leader, and its currency reflected that pride. The U.S. Mint's precision in production and the continuation of Victor David Brenner's iconic Lincoln design helped preserve continuity between the past and future. This coin, though modest in face value, captured the spirit of unity and labor that defined the nation's post-war identity. The Denver Mint, known for its consistency and output, played a vital role in ensuring that coins like this circulated widely, embedding small symbols of American endurance into the pockets of millions. The design of the 1952 D wheat penny remains one of the most recognizable in U.S. coinage history. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's thoughtful profile, first introduced in 1909, still projects quiet dignity and national reverence. The reverse, featuring the stylized wheat stalks curving inward from both sides, continues to symbolize growth, prosperity, and the agricultural foundation upon which America was built. Struck in bronze alloy composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the coin weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Even when dirty or worn, the artistic balance between simplicity and symbolism is unmistakable. Each mark and blemish only adds to the narrative, each scratch a whisper of the decades it survived through circulation, economic shifts, and collectors' hands. Rarity is where the 1952 D wheat penny becomes particularly intriguing. Although over 746 million pieces were struck, survival in gem condition is limited. High-quality uncirculated examples are scarce, and full red specimens are coveted by advanced collectors. Circulated and even dirty examples still hold strong collector interest, especially when bearing minting irregularities such as doubled dies or off-center strikes. The combination of age, limited pristine survivors, and the enduring appeal of the wheat design ensures its place as a sought-after collectible. Condition plays a significant role in valuation, but this coin defies the usual pattern. Demand remains steady even for worn pieces because of the coin's symbolic weight and historical link to the Lincoln legacy. In terms of market value, the 1952 D wheat penny offers a wide spectrum of worth. Very dirty or heavily circulated examples often trade for $1,000 to $2,500, yet coins in fine to extremely fine grades can command several dollars depending on luster and eye appeal. Certified mint state examples graded MS65 red or higher have reached values between $4,000 and $6,000, with top-tier pieces fetching over $9,000 at auction. Error varieties, such as die cracks or repunched mint marks (RPMs), can push prices further into the hundreds. The overall trajectory of this coin's market value has remained upward, especially as collectors refocus on classic U.S. copper coinage and historical series that combine affordability with cultural depth. The growing recognition of mid-century wheat pennies as an investment class reinforces the 1952 D's role as a stable yet dynamic asset within the hobby. For collectors, approaching the 1952 D wheat penny requires both discernment and care. Authenticity verification through reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can safeguard against counterfeits or altered coins. Even for those found in poor condition, gentle cleaning should be avoided to preserve natural tunning and surface integrity, as improper handling can drastically reduce value. Understanding the visual cues of genuine Denver mint strikes, especially the positioning and shape of the D mint mark, is key. Collectors often assemble sets by mint year, and including a well-preserved or naturally aged 1952 D enhances the completeness and historical flow of any Lincoln cent collection. The broader cultural significance of the 1952 D wheat penny extends beyond numismatics. It reflects a period when coins were tangible storytellers of the American experience, carrying values of industry, unity, and everyday perseverance. Even when found in dirty or neglected condition, the coin remains an object of rediscovery, transforming from an overlooked relic into a meaningful artifact of national continuity. For investors and enthusiasts alike, its rising prominence signals the renewed interest in mid-century American copper coins as both collectible art and tangible heritage. The 1952 D wheat penny stands as a bridge between ordinary circulation and enduring value. Its bronze surface, though often marked by wear or age, represents a deeper narrative of craftsmanship, survival, and economic history. To hold one is to hold a small, enduring piece of America's story, a token that transcends metal to symbolize resilience and pride. Whether cherished for its historical context, its aesthetic design, or its steady investment potential, this coin continues to affirm the truth that even the most unassuming pieces of currency can carry remarkable worth when viewed through the lens of time and meaning. And fourthly, we're exploring the most valuable and ultra-rare United States, the 1956 wheat penny, with the Denver D mint mark, exists as a hidden treasure within American numismatics, a coin whose humble appearance belies a formidable status among discerning collectors. While billions of Lincoln cents were struck in the mid-1950s, this specific issue has cultivated a growing reputation that sets it apart from ordinary circulation pieces. Its command of strong interest is not rooted in pristine, gem-state survival, but rather in its paradoxical nature as a common coin made profoundly uncommon by the forces of collector demand and conditional rarity. Even found in a very dirty or heavily circulated state, this coin possesses a magnetic appeal, representing a tangible, affordable piece of mid-century Americana that is simultaneously accessible and historically significant. It stands as a testament to the idea that value in numismatics is not solely dictated by mint luster and perfect surfaces, but by a complex interplay of history, scarcity, and persistent demand. The historical and cultural backdrop of the 1956 D wheat penny is intricately linked to a nation solidifying its post-war identity and approaching a significant bicentennial era. Minted at the Denver facility, this coin circulated during a period of unprecedented economic expansion, suburbanization, and the dawn of the interstate highway system. While the Lincoln cent design itself was a product of an earlier, progressive era, the 1956 D issues were workhorses in a booming consumer economy, exchanged for bread, gasoline, and soda pops. The craftsmanship of American coinage during this period, including the work of chief engraver Frank Gasparo, who assisted with the later Lincoln Memorial reverse, was part of a broader Western numismatic tradition. This tradition was influenced by centuries of refinement from institutions like the Royal Mint, which set global standards for precision and metallic integrity. The 1956 D cent is thus a cultural artifact from a confident America, its very copper, a metal once planned to be replaced by a wartime steel composition, symbolizing a return to peacetime normalcy and enduring values. From a design perspective, the coin is a masterpiece of enduring American symbolism. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that transformed American coinage by introducing a permanent presidential portrait. The inscription "In God We Trust" arches above, with liberty to the left and the date 1956 to the right. The reverse is the classic wheat ear design, with two stylized wheat stalks encircling the denominations 1 cent and United States of America, with the motto EPLURIBUSUNUM positioned above. The prominent D mint mark sits below the denomination, denoting its Denver origin. struck in a bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, with a diameter of 19 and a weight of 3.11 grams. The coin's craftsmanship is evident in the fine details of Lincoln's hair and the wheat kernels, details that are often the first to wear away in circulation, creating a narrative of its journey through time. The scarcity of the 1956 D wheat penny is a nuanced concept defined not by a low mintage, over 1 billion were struck, but by the extreme rarity of examples surviving in high grades. The vast majority entered circulation and were subjected to decades of commercial exchange, chemical cleaning, and environmental damage. Consequently, while locating a 1956 D cent is simple, finding one with full mint red luster, sharp details on Lincoln's cheek, and unbroken wheat lines is a significant challenge. This creates a pronounced condition census, where the price gradient between a well-worn, very dirty specimen and a mint state example is exceptionally steep. The coin's rarity in top condition fuels demand for all examples, as even low-grade pieces serve as type coins for budget-conscious collectors and as foundational placeholders for those building a graded set. Current market valuations for the 1956 D wheat penny reflect this dramatic conditional scarcity. A very dirty, low-grade example in good for condition may trade for a modest premium over its melt value, typically in the range of 10 to 20 cents, serving as an affordable entry point. However, as the grade improves to extremely fine, the value can climb to $1 or $2, and a choice about uncirculated piece may command $10 to $20. The financial landscape transforms entirely for mint state examples. A coin graded MS-60 red-brown might be valued around $30, while an MS-65 red-brown can reach $150. The pinnacle, a fully red MS-65 or higher specimen, can realize auction prices of several $100s, with prices for superb gems exceeding $1,000, illustrating the immense premium placed on pristine preservation. For collectors pursuing this issue, a methodical and educated approach is paramount. The first step is authentication and accurate grading, learning to identify the subtle differences between an extremely fine and an about uncirculated coin, based on the sharpness of Lincoln's cheekbone and the lines on the wheat stalks, is crucial. While major error varieties like doubled dies are exceptionally rare for this date and mint mark, a collector should always examine the date and mint mark for any repunching or anomalies. The value of third-party grading from services like PCGS or NGC cannot be overstated for higher-grade potential specimens, as encapsulation guarantees authenticity, provides a definitive grade, and enhances liquidity. For preservation, even a very dirty coin should be handled with care. Storing it in an inert mylar flips or an archival quality holder will prevent further environmental degradation, preserving its numismatic value and historical integrity for the future. The 1956 D wheat penny's lasting significance is secured by its dual identity as a ubiquitous cultural artifact and a compelling financial asset. It is a miniature time capsule from the heart of the American century, a piece of money that facilitated the daily commerce of a growing nation. For the numismatist, it represents a fundamental component of the Lincoln cent series, a challenge to find in superb condition, and a testament to the ravages of circulation on a massive scale. Its appeal endures because it is a coin of the people, its very dirt a badge of honor earned through decades of use. For the investor, it represents a tangible asset with a proven history of appreciation, particularly in high grades, offering a stable store of value insulated from the volatility of paper markets. It is this powerful combination of historical resonance and numismatic scarcity that ensures the 1956 D wheat penny will continue to be sought after by those who recognize the profound value hidden in plain sight. And at the end, we're talking about the 1942 wheat penny, without a mint mark stands as one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins among collectors, celebrated for its historical importance, unique design, and undeniable charm even in very dirty or circulated condition. This coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, continues to captivate enthusiasts due to its role in American history and its representation of a time when the nation was deeply engaged in the events of World War II. Despite being a common date for the wheat penny series, certain varieties, conditions, and errors make the 1942 no mint mark penny a prized treasure in numismatics. Its enduring appeal lies not only in its tangible connection to the past, but also in the way it symbolizes resilience, craftsmanship, and the value of American heritage preserved through coinage. The 1942 wheat penny was minted during a pivotal era in the United States, as the country was transitioning into wartime production. The U.S. Mint continued producing these bronze pennies composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, though this composition would soon change in 1943 when steel cents were introduced to conserve copper for military use. The Philadelphia Mint, which did not place a mint mark on these coins, produced hundreds of millions of pieces to keep up with demand. Yet, despite the large mintage, the coin remains significant because it captures the essence of early 1940s America, a time of national unity, economic transformation, and industrial progress. For many collectors, owning a 1942 penny is like holding a small relic of wartime America, a coin that circulated through the hands of citizens who lived through one of the most defining decades in modern history. The design of the 1942 wheat penny reflects both artistry and national pride. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing honesty, leadership, and unity, qualities that resonated deeply during the war years. The reverse carries the famous wheat ears design, with two stylized sheaves of wheat flanking the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, while the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum crowns the top. This design, simple yet elegant, embodies America's agricultural foundation and industrious spirit. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter, maintaining the standard dimensions of the Lincoln cent series. In higher grades, the rich red-brown or lustrous red surfaces of uncirculated examples reveal the full beauty of Brenner's detailed work, though even dirty or worn examples carry a certain historical charm that collectors appreciate. Rarity plays a crucial role in the 1942 wheat penny's desirability. While regular strikes are relatively common, certain varieties, such as double-die obverse or reverse examples, can be exceptionally rare and valuable. Additionally, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is increasingly difficult, as most coins from this era circulated heavily. The rarity of high-grade specimens has caused demand among serious collectors to surge, especially for certified coins that exhibit sharp detail and original luster. Even in very dirty or heavily circulated states, the 1942 no mint mark penny retains collectible value because of its historical resonance and the nostalgia it evokes for pre-war and wartime America. Its rarity in top condition and the growing interest in early Lincoln cents continue to sustain its reputation as a coin worth seeking out. Market value for the 1942 no mint mark wheat penny varies significantly based on condition and variety. In average circulated condition, it may trade for modest amounts, often around a few dollars. However, in uncirculated or near-mint condition, prices can range between $1,000 and $8,000, depending on the coin's color designation, red, red-brown, or brown, and the presence of any recognized errors or double-die features. Auction records have shown that collectors are willing to pay premium prices for specimens with full details and eye appeal, especially when graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. The combination of historical context, scarcity in top condition, and visual beauty gives this coin a steady appreciation trend within the numismatic market, making it an attractive choice for long-term collectors and investors alike. For collectors looking to add a 1942 wheat penny to their portfolio, careful attention to condition and authenticity is essential. Prioritize coins that are certified or authenticated by reputable grading services, as these guarantee both legitimacy and quality. When purchasing, examine details such as strong strike, clear lettering, and minimal surface damage. For those exploring circulated or dirty examples, ensure the date and design elements are still visible, as even these coins can hold sentimental and collectible value. Proper storage in airtight holders or archival safe flips will prevent further oxidation and wear, preserving the coin's integrity for years to come. The appeal of the 1942 no mint mark wheat penny goes beyond its monetary value. It represents a fusion of artistry, craftsmanship, and national history. Each surviving piece tells a story of a nation at the crossroads of change, reflecting both the struggles and aspirations of its era. From the minting presses of Philadelphia to the pockets of ordinary Americans, this coin embodies endurance and legacy in metal form. Beyond its tangible worth, the 1942 no mint mark wheat penny carries a deep cultural significance that strengthens its emotional and historical value among collectors. It represents a piece of everyday American life during a turbulent era when citizens contributed to the war effort in countless small ways, including through the use of coins like this one in daily commerce. Each 1942 penny, whether found gleaming or buried beneath years of grime, serves as a silent witness to that history, a simple coin that once fueled an economy under pressure and mirrored the nation's determination. For many collectors, this sense of continuity and authenticity elevates the 1942 wheat penny beyond mere currency, turning it into a lasting emblem of perseverance, craftsmanship, and national pride that continues to inspire fascination across generations. The 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark remains one of the most captivating coins for collectors who value both historical depth and long-term investment potential. Whether found in brilliant uncirculated condition or in very dirty, time-worn form, it continues to command admiration for its role in America's numismatic heritage. Its blend of rarity, aesthetic detail, and historical narrative makes it a cornerstone of the Lincoln Cent series and a prized treasure in any serious collection. For numismatists, it stands as a reminder that even a humble 1-cent piece can hold extraordinary significance, symbolizing both the art and history of a nation preserved through time.